Got Coach Hauk with quarterback Cam Humphrey and linebacker Jace Lewis. We're going to start with some opening thoughts on Washington from Coach, and then we'll open it up to for questions from the group. I do have a microphone, so raise your hand, please. I'll get the microphone to you so folks at home can hear the question you're asking. Coach, with that, we'll take it away with you.
All right, great to see everybody. It's awesome to be back to normal and getting ready to kick the season off. So excited about that, and excited about the opportunity to play the Washington Huskies. I'm obviously aware that a couple of years ago we played them and got beat 63-7. We're going to go out there and compete and see if we've been able to close that gap at all. We've got players in both their locker room and our locker room that were on the teams for that game, and like I said, we'll go compete and see if we've been able to close that gap. So we know a lot about them. They're a top 20 team this year. They're very good. They're deep. They're talented up front in particular. They do have great skill players on both sides of the ball as well. Corner, safety, quarterback, running back, wide receiver. So there's a reason why they're ranked in the top 20. I'm particularly impressed with their fronts. They're huge and they're athletic up front. So that will be a real test for us. I think Washington will have a big year. I think they are poised to have a great season. So we're excited to play, and we'll see where it goes.
Bobby, you've been around the Pac-12 before, so what do you think of just the prestige of Washington as a program? Because they have a lot of rich football tradition, national championship, all that.
Yeah, having worked there and then coached against them, it's a great place. It's a powerful football program, and they've got rich tradition there, just like we do here, and it's an impressive place. I don't know how many of you have been there and how many are going this weekend, but you'll see it's a cool place.
What are some of your memories when you coached at Washington?
Well, getting to know and be friends long term with a lot of Husky legends, from Coach James to Steve Entman to go down the list. We're good friends, and Coach James is a mentor. Also remember having a lot of success, a lot of wins, winning the Rose Bowl, beating Drew Brees in the Rose Bowl. That was great. It's just a powerful place.
In general, you've opened up with FBS opponents before during your time at Montana. What do you think of the challenge, both broadly and then this specific challenge as well? What do you think it does for your team to open up with an opponent like this?
Well, I don't know if it does. I mean, it puts a bunch of money in the coffer. That helps. You get to fund the department, so that helps. Beyond that, like I said, we went out there a couple of years ago and it was 63-7. There's all kinds of adjectives you can use to describe that, but there's only one way to slice it. That's demolishing, and I hope we've closed the gap some.
Cool. Just for Cam real quick. So Cam, obviously you're from Washington and getting a chance to, last week got the news you'll be the starter for this game. What's this mean to you to get a chance to go to, back to your home state and a place you grew up close by to, get a chance to play the Huskies?
Yeah, it's really exciting. Tabor mentioned I haven't thrown a pass in my home state since high school, but at the end of the day, it's just another football game.
For both you guys, I guess, just how does it feel to get into game week and just the excitement of getting to this point of the season?
Yeah, I mean, it's a long time coming. We, COVID kind of derailed us for a little bit, but we're ready to get going, and we're ready to play.
Yeah, like Cam said, I mean, it's been a long time coming. I think all the guys are fired up, and, I mean, camp, I think, went the fastest it's ever went since I've been here. Just looking forward to this week, and now it's here, so we're all pretty fired up for it.
What do you remember about, that Oregon game and just your mentality going into playing a tough opponent like this and being able to kind of measure yourself against them?
Yeah, we talked about that a lot last week, just like how we prepared for Oregon and stuff. But going into Oregon, I mean, Coach Houck had us ready and fired up for that game, and I think we'll have the same mentality, if not more. And I mean, we haven't played for 2 years, so I think guys are fired up and ready to hit the field running. So I'm excited for this game.
Bobby, does Washington look different? Just 4 games under Jimmy Lake, so do they look different than what they looked like under Coach Peterson?
Well, I didn't watch them very much when Chris was the head coach. I competed against with them when they were at Boise a bunch and saw that. So they're very similar. The defense has evolved to, they've been doing this sort of structure for quite a while now, so that hasn't changed. They're personnel based on offense. They're going to play to their strengths, like all good coaches do. They've got a really good group of tight ends, the best one being Otten, who's just a future pro, and so they'll have a tight end or probably several tight ends on the field a large part of the game, but they want to run the ball. They want to pound you a little bit, so we can expect that.
Defensively, they've had such a great run, especially the last 8 or 10 years of NFL guys. Do you still see that sort of talent on that side of the ball? And what about both the scheme and the way that they recruit make them so good defensively?
Yeah, the scheme is, it's a 1 high, 3 deep base, 4 down scheme. It's what it is. They have the know-how on the defensive side to get to what they need, but they're big and physical on defense. That's what they are, and they've got some shutdown guys in the secondary, so that'll be a challenge.
Jace, Coach mentioned the tight end. Obviously, the quarterback is standout too, but when you look at the film, what do you see, and how do you not just let the sort of prestige of what you're going against intimidate you, because I'm sure you guys will be ready to rock?
Yeah, I don't think you can get overwhelmed in that aspect of it. I mean, you put the film on. Like Coach Houck said, they're a big team. They're physical up front. They like to run the ball on you. So, I mean, we just got to play fast and do our jobs like we do every game, prepare like it's another game.
Jace, like when you win against Oregon and when you go against teams like that, do you think it's more the size and physicality, or is it more speed that makes it an issue when, like an FCS team is playing FBS?
I mean, when we played Oregon, I felt like we were just as physical and just as fast and played at a high level. So I think if we just continue to keep playing like that and like we're trained to do, I think we're gonna be good.
Bobby, after going through camp here the past couple of weeks, what do you feel is the strength of this team heading into the season?
Well, Frank, I think balance in all 3 phases. I think we're pretty solid, offense, defense, and special teams. I think we can play into our depth and not have too much drop off 1s to 2s. So I think those are the strengths.
And seeing that the past few weeks, what do you think the potential for this year's team is?
I don't know. Hope we can win this week.
And what do you hope the team's identity is? What is it that you preach to the guys you want to see?
Well, we have a certain identity. We want to be fundamentally sound. We don't want to beat ourselves. We want to try to play penalty free, and we want to take care of the football. And if we do those things, we'll have a chance to win.
Is there anything in particular you can learn about your team from a game like this week?
Oh, I think once you're into the season, you learn one thing, whether you won or you lost. So that's it. You have each week, you get a chance to win or you get a chance to lose, and we obviously want to win each and every week this season.
But anything in particular you want to find out about your team this week?
Nope. I know them pretty good. I'm with them every day.
For both of you guys, a lot of the visiting teams, when they come here, they talk about the experience of being able to play in Washington Grizzly Stadium. How cool is it when you got to play at a place like Autzen and Washington and just
Sean, you got a love affair with Oregon for some reason. We're playing Washington this week.
I'm saying the experience was pretty cool going to that stadium. So I mean, as an athlete going to play in a big stadium with a big fan base, how would you describe what that experience is like and how much you're looking forward to it?
Yeah, I mean it's really exciting, but at the end of the day, we have a great fan base here too, and it's a pretty amazing place to play here. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're really excited for it.
Yeah, I agree with Cam. I mean, our fan base here is unreal, and 26,000 plus screaming their heads off. I mean, you couldn't ask for much better than that. So, I mean, I'm with Cam on that one.
For Jason, Cam again, just after the spring games, we've talked about this a lot, but to get like game week prep back in April as opposed to waiting almost 9 months to get game prep, how key is that this week for kind of top to bottom, everybody being knowing what you guys expect this week?
It's big for sure, but at the end of the day, we've been getting ready for a month now, and we've been locked in, and this week is just an extension of our fall camp, and we're focused and ready to go.
Yeah, like Cam said, I mean, not only a month, we've been practicing for about a year and a half now for the first game, so I think we're pretty prepared for it, and everything leading up to it has prepared us for this game coming up.
Coach, you mentioned Don James. If you've ever been around that area, you know how big of a legend he is. But you mentioned he's sort of a mentor of yours. What sort of things have you taken from him, or what did you learn from him that sort of helped you in your head coaching career?
I was real fortunate to get to know Coach and Carol, and his son-in-law Jeff Woodruff was an analyst for us at UNLV, so been associated with those folks at least remotely quite a bit. I got a chance to spend time with Coach when I was there. I grabbed every minute I could. If I got 10 minutes to talk to him, I would use it, and I'd just pick his brain on a lot of things, and there are imprints of things I learned from him in recruiting and practice and everything else we do.
Bobby, just a couple position battle things. Have you guys named a starting kicker for field goals and extra points?
Yeah, we don't really name starters so much at kicker, but I think Macias will take the first one.
What have you liked about him during camp that he gets to take the first one?
He makes them. His time's good, and he gets the ball up in the air.
I know cornerback's a position where you guys brought in guys, have some younger guys working their way up. Who do you see starting at those two spots this week?
What do we put on our depth? Had Omar at one and Corbin Walker at the other, but like all our positions on defense, we're going to play guys, so it doesn't matter who takes the first snap.
Okay. And running back, who do you see in that rotation there this week?
I don't know. We'll see how that goes. We're a little banged up. I think we've listed Xavier as the starter, so he'll get the first carry.
Okay. Banged up, just
Banged up.
Marcus still, or
We got a lot of guys banged up. We had a pretty physical training camp.
okay. Are there any running backs you don't expect to play this week?
Marcus, I don't expect to play.